Hello everyone, and welcome to Torpedo League F2 Season 3, Round 9 here in Vietnam. I've got a few cars out on track because YouTube dislikes me and has decided to take its time with getting the stream up. So we're running a few minutes late, but you don't worry, you have not missed anything. Today, I again will not be commentating alone, but as you've seen a few times in recent weeks, I will have a different commentator alongside me. And this week, I have Torpedo League F1 Season 3 Championship leader, Eddie. Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Jackson, and thanks for having me.
It's great to
Let's
have you
hope we
with
can
me.
have a great race.
It should be exciting around the streets of Vietnam. I imagine we'll see quite a few crashes, but that's just Vietnam for you. Let me try and see if I can sort something out with the stream. It's all working though, don't worry. Currently, the only driver to... Well, we've got mixed of softs and mediums going out. Most drivers prefer to do a run on the mediums before they do a run on the... and apparently got a wet sprint race, which is going to be interesting.
Oh, that will be really
Dry
interesting
quali, dry
for the
feature,
drivers.
wet sprint. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, so mix of mediums and softs. A lot of people prefer to use the mediums first just to get some track action. Some people, well, the medium tyres are the tyres you would use for the sprint race, so you don't have to worry about burning these in the qualifying now. So I imagine a lot of people will just destroy their mediums in this session. Some people occasionally, in this case Ducky, it's a trend I believe started by, and so it goes. Although I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
Went out on full wet tires.
Yeah.
To...
You get very bored. You're sitting in the garage for 30 minutes, so instead you decide to block other people by going out on wet tyres and ruining their laps.
I'm sure that is not the point of going out. I'm sure they're trying to get used to the track.
I think it is just to cure boredom, and so it goes in the league race. Yesterday, went out on the wets and then crashed it on entrance to the pit lane.
Well, we cannot judge them, right? We don't know
Yes.
their intentions.
No,
As
we do not.
Speedy since the first lap of the session on mediums.
I have no idea if that's quick or not. I don't think it's
Not
especially
really.
quick, but it looks
No,
like quite
not
good
at
track
all.
conditions, doesn't it? It's quite cloudy, which in theory
Yeah,
should
I
be
mean,
good for
drivers
racing.
don't have problems with tire temperatures, but they may not have the best outright traction.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see sort of the next coming laps. Anyone sort of... Who's the next on track? Dams and Spinwin. There, that's 1.2 seconds quicker on the same tyres. So very interesting to see the difference in lap time. You'd have to imagine that Speedy's made a mistake on it, and they've just hit the wall there. But you'd have to imagine Speedy's made a mistake
Yeah, we are sure to
on their
see a
quickest
lot
lap.
of people not taking the beginning of qualifying that seriously and really turning up the heat at the end of the session.
Yeah. Okay, so let me quickly just sort something out. For the stream. It's a simple thing I have to do every week.
As Ducky does a really interesting lap time on those wet tires.
Yes. We have no idea if that's a good lap or not, because of course being the only driver on wets. If you have, I think they have two sets of wet tyres, and they spin. Oh, that's a great. Oh, whoa!
Ducky goes.
Oh, Jofi. Oh, that's what sort of delta do you reckon do you expect between the softs and the mediums around
it
here?
should be around. It should be considerable. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
Being free temp soft is not a good sign, is it?
However, as we said, it's still a beginning. They can still improve with the drivers below the bag.
Of course. Okay.
As there are a lot of people doing laps right now.
Yeah. Just quickly sort out my game volume because it's gone. There we go.
Forever Sin is going through the last sector right now on his medium tires, taking a pretty nice line throughout the second to last corner, really throwing it in to here, and goes fastest of all on the mediums.
It's a good lap there, very good lap. From time trial, Forever Sin looked like definitely a contender for the front of the grid. Favourite from what I heard from speaking to F2 drivers was Buller, who is currently on an out lap, so I'll have a look at it. I'll go on board with his flying lap when he goes out. Well, when he starts, I might as well start. He's going through the final sector now. But yeah, so it goes. Time trial struggling a bit, perhaps. So
Whitelaw going through the last corner.
And goes P1.
Oh, that's
a good lap.
That's a big improvement.
Yeah. So really showing that they are. I think Whiteclaw for sure would have been a title contender if they'd started the season at the same time as everyone else. They've shown
Yeah,
very
but
strong pace.
I'm sure they're looking forward to proving their worth in the later parts of the season.
Of course. As yellow flag sector 2, and that looks like a spinner coming out the final corner. And it is an Arden of the Norwegian boy who is reversing down the main straight.
That's pretty interesting tactics.
Yeah, I'm guessing they spawned just wanted to cross. Well, I don't know what I think they've just started a lap time.
I just hope they're not blocking anyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that and just look at Buller, who's lagging. So let's see, is it me that's lagging? I need to find someone to go on board with. There we go, and so it goes. In theory, they should have all. They usually don't have the best internet, so. But it looks good, fine on board with, and so it goes. So I don't think it's me.
Yeah.
For any of the F2 drivers in the chat, Clint saying that Buller set a time trial lap of a 1:47.5. So if he can repeat that in the qualifying session, he'll be flying. But I don't know if the conditions would be possible for that lap time.
Yeah, those conditions aren't ideal for qualifying, but they should give the drivers good opportunities to take advantage. Who knows, maybe we'll see some surprises in this qualifying session.
Yeah, I mean, the Norwegian boy usually a strong qualifier. And, well, I think they started, was it a couple of races ago? They started on pole position, ended up, what, P5 or something, and sort of, if the Norwegian boy sorts out their race pace, they can certainly start being a contender for perhaps podiums. So far in this session, they have not shown that improvement.
For the last corner, what will the lap time be?
P3. Not a good lap time.
He will be looking to improve that. Oh, Buller sets a decent lap time.
I don't know about you, but Freverson's lap time on my screen has gone down. It was I'm sure it was higher before.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm sure it was a 1:49.175.
He may have done another lap and we may have missed it.
Yeah, but how could you go slower on your second lap and it would be the time on the board?
Wait, let me check the race director and I'll tell you what
I could go back on the stream and have a look to see if I'm just imagining things or not.
Yeah, he did another lap, so he had a 50.1 and then he had a 49.4 for a Vasin. So we may have missed the second lap.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
At the time, I thought that they were both sort of quite close on lap time, but in fact they had a second gap between them, which is what confused me. Well, that's the excuse I'm going with anyway. Let's see.
And so it's going to track right now. I think he's setting his lap time.
Buller's a 10th off his best at the moment. Buller not quite showing great pace at the moment. But they're slightly up through the second sector, so who knows. Buller, one of the drivers who's got a lot of pace this season, but not that much luck. He's definitely. Oh, was that a mistake? Was that a mistake there from Buller? I'm getting quite a bit of lag watching Buller.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad on my screen too, so it's probably not you.
Yeah, I think he did say he was having internet problems.
As we have, and so it goes, going for the last sector right now.
Buller does improve, but not enough to gain a place. I believe.
Really close to forever seen, less than a tenth. Beyond on that's really. And so it goes into P4, so qualifying is looking really close right now. Really close.
It does look very close. A lot of title contenders up there as well. Got Buller, Ferguson, and so it goes. White Claw, again, just, I'll repeat myself here, that just showing that they had the pace to be up there fighting for the title, but not quite had the amount of races that the others have had, so, I mean, it's not impossible, to be fair, but the way we've seen the season go, we could definitely see White Claw, if White Claw ended up dominating the rest of the season, they could win the title. They seem to be sort of on pace with, but not quicker. In my opinion.
They seem to be lacking that thing that really tells you this guy is going to win the championship.
Yeah.
It's had amazing pace at times, but you have to convert it when it comes to it, and with missing a few races, you start running into real problems.
That's one of the big differences between and So It Goes and like Buller, is that and So It Goes, they've had a couple of bad races this season, but they still ended up not losing many points in the championship. Whereas when Buller's had bad races, he's lost drastic points in the championship.
Yeah, the difference. That's what, at the end of the day, bad races, and generally you don't win a championship by winning every race. You have to stay consistent.
Yeah.
You can see that in real life F1. You can see that everywhere. Consistency is the most important. That's Riceman said a lap time. I'm sure he will be looking to improve that, as that's only P7.
Yeah. He's one of the drivers that was very strong last season, but not quite been as strong this season. A lot of rookies in the field this season. Spin and Win, White Claw, Speedy Carrots, Ducky. Then you got, I think the only driver here in this. Actually, I don't know if I want to say this fact in case I'm completely and utterly wrong. But the only driver that's been in every Torpedo League F2 sort of season, and sort of done most races, because they have got the most races record, is And So It Goes.
Right.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else that did season 1. Because I know Shadowhunter came in season 2. Buller came in season 2.
Speedy?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just asking, to be honest.
Yeah, Buller was season 2.
And yeah, I can't remember. We may be completely wrong, so forgive us if we are just showing
there's
our
definitely
lack of knowledge.
There's drivers that have been here the whole time in terms of like Torpedo League as a whole. Bunny is Forever Sin. They've been here since the start of Torpedo League, just not in F2.
Yeah, but they will be looking to climb their way up to F1. I'm sure that's what they're looking for. At the moment, I mean, we can't really tell how competitive F2 is because we've not seen them go head to head with F1 drivers. So who knows?
No. That's the one thing we can compare, is that we can see people like Forever Sin or Forever Sinners, for example, their pace in F1 compared to their pace in F2.
Yeah, that is true.
But the thing is, it really shows the difference in F1 and F2 cars, because Buller, I think it's fair to say, Buller and Forever Sin, similar pace in F2 cars, but I mean, no offense to Forever Sin, but yeah, they're very different pace in F1 cars. Buller's sort of near the front of the midfield in F1 cars of Torpedo League, whereas Forever Sin's near the back of the midfield. So it's sort of there's a big gap in it. Give you an update on the championship going into this race. And So It Goes had a 28-point lead going into this round. So, and then it's 90 points down to third. Buller is 105 points off the championship lead. It's tough to say that he's in the title fight.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for, but I mean, who knows? We've seen crazier things happening in racing.
Yeah.
Maybe if And So It Goes misses a few races, you never know.
It is crazy.
Also, Forever Sin, who knows? Maybe he will get a bit of luck and he can swing back in the fight.
Of course, yeah. Forever Sin. I mean, Forever Sin realistically is the only main contender this season. The rest have got pretty big gaps.
Also, you have to say the fight for the top 5 places that led to the playoff race is the playoff race. There's also a fight there because there are a lot of people who proved that they are pretty fast. Like we've seen Trigger and even the Norwegian boy, we've seen him get pole, but he's not in the top 5 right now. So I'm sure they'll be looking to do something about that.
And guess what, guys? We did, in fact, forget about a driver. But give us like credit here. It was because they changed their PSN.
Who is it?
And that is Guy. They were actually, and this is why I definitely should remember this. They were my teammate in season 1. At the time, their PSN was Bolly Dogs. Their PSN, they're not actually in this race. Okay, that's why. 2 reasons why I didn't notice. Because they're not in this race.
Well, we have a lot of the British excuses right now, so you can forgive us, I'm sure.
Two excuses. You're not in the race, so we were looking at the left-hand side, and you changed your. I think I'm gonna. Think the PSN name actually.
We should take a look at the laps right now because Buller is improving by 1.5 tenths after sector 2.
Oh, go on board here.
White Claw is not improving right now. Let's see.
Got the field just as that Trigger P3, but he's on the softs. Oh, yeah. To be matching medium pace on the softs is not what you want. I believe that was the Norwegian boy who was spun. Yep. Back to Buller. Here we go. Buller coming through the final sector, just trying to it really looks like it looks painful driving this car through the final sector because it's just so slow. The car is just so slow.
He really seems committed to this lap, so I'm sure he will improve.
Yeah. I'm gonna go P2.
As he goes second fastest.
Yeah, White Claw still favourite.
His lap still stands. That's pretty impressive from him.
But maybe some of these drivers prefer the soft tyres. Maybe some of these guys prefer the soft tyres.
Track evolution is a pretty big thing in this game, so not seeing anyone go faster right now is a big surprise to me, at least.
Yeah.
Spin and Win is improving by, or I don't know. Oh, never mind. My delta.
White Claw's currently 2.5 tenths up on their best lap. Thought I'd sprinkle that in there. So, and that's on the mediums. So, White Claw is absolutely flying. And White Claw still 2.5 tenths up. So it's like a strong track for White Claw.
That's really good for him.
Oh.
Yeah, he really looks close to the walls, just as close as you wanna be through here. Let's see, through the left-hander, hooks the curb up, runs wide, but just wide. That's oh.
That may explain some of the time, is the fuel was big. Maybe they ran out of fuel.
Or maybe they don't want to showcase their full pace and go up on softs.
Well, we've seen their full pace now. We know they have a lot of pace.
Well, we have, but the other drivers haven't. They may be trying to hide a bit of their outright pace. As who do we have on track right now? Spin and Win, he isn't looking like doing a lap right now, no he's not. Many people are waiting for the end of the session to go out.
Quickly check something. Sorry for the blue screen, everyone. I just need to quickly check something. Okay, back. There we go.
That's Speedy hitting the wall. What do you have here? The Riceman on the soft tires is doing a lap right now.
Be an interesting lap. I can't currently see comments, guys, because apparently the quality wasn't very good, so I've turned off the second stream so that hopefully that'll...
Riceman is improving by 2 tenths, but he's on soft tires right now, so I don't know where
only 2 tenths, that's worryingly low.
Well, yeah, but it's only the first sector, so who knows, he may gain a lot in the last sector.
Yeah, that is very expected to be quick.
As we have a yellow flag, it's the Norwegian boy doing some...
I think they might have been letting them through there.
I would prefer not to comment on that.
Someone's run out of fuel there. Is that ART out of fuel? Because they've got a yellow flag sort of hovering over them, which is what you have when someone gets out of fuel.
Spin and Win retires. What happened to him?
I believe that was in the pit lane. They must have already used their softs, yeah, so no point staying in the session. Purple sector 2 apparently for Riceman.
Let's see.
Wait, no, that's lag.
Never my lag.
I think we both had that there, we went straight into the wall, but he didn't.
Yeah, it's clearly because of him, because we both had that.
Yeah.
I thought he was gone. Let's see, they don't seem to be really that aggressive for this last
they really don't.
May only be the looks of it though. Oh. As I think he could have improved a lot. He could have improved a lot in the last sector, but Riceman really a surprise to me. I thought I would see him challenging for the title easily this season, but...
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I've got a brief chance to check comments. Let's see.
So, since nobody's doing their laps right now, what do you think we'll see in the race? What can you predict in the races?
Well, I think I'll predict a close battle for the win. I think we'll see a few cars battling for it. I'll be surprised if we see domination from anyone. The only person we could see dominate is White Claw, because they've shown great pace in qualifying. but we've seen the Norwegian boy have great pace in qualifying, and then their race pace be midfield. So qualifying
it's really important for them, the race pace, and also the sprint race will be really interesting with the rain.
Yes, of course.
I really hope they can keep it clean and have a great race.
Yeah. Very glad I'm not a race director.
Let's not say that.
Well, I think it's fair to say that it is going to be pretty carnage.
Let's not say that. We haven't seen it yet, and it's not good to judge drivers before they do something.
Well, you clearly haven't. Okay, I'm sorry.
Roasting Roman Gordon, do you?
But you clearly haven't seen previous Torpedo League F2 races if you think I'm
have
judging
seen
the
them,
drivers by
but
saying they won't be carnage.
I have seen them, but
I feel like Silverstone's a hard track to cause carnage at, and they managed it. Don't get me wrong; these drivers are not bad drivers. They just you got like 1 in 10 of these drivers is able to cause an almighty crash.
Oh, as Forever Sin is doing his lap on softs, and he goes fast as a wall, but not by much. That really is not looking like pole for him if White Claw decides to go out on some fresh softs and set the timing shits. Timing screens light. Who do we have on track right now? Oh, and time so goes invalidated his lap. Reisman's still going at it. Oh, he hits the wall. To be honest, I'm really scared for turn 1 here.
Forever Sin, 2 tenths quicker in the first sector.
Oh, Max goes faster. I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, Max has shown some good race pace this season, but not so much in the qualifying. But
for me, he's really been the underdog and the guy who's really been underrated and forgotten, because you have to remember he's in P3 in the standings.
Yeah, for sure.
People don't really talk about him as a contender. So let's see, he may surprise a few people right now.
Definitely.
Although saying that, Buller and White Claw, they're still really close to him on medium tires, so I guess we'll just wait and see.
Yeah. See what Forever Sin's like in the second sector. 4 tenths up. Could be a very good strong lap here from Forever Sin.
Let's see. Oh, that's really good from the British driver.
That's right, man. I've retired in the pit lane.
Really committed.
Yeah.
Misses the curb a little bit through here, but again, really throwing the car. These F2 cars, you don't really see it like you see with the out. He goes to a bit. Oh, that's a wiggle. Runs really close to the wall, and this
goes take that P1. That's a good lap.
This is what we expect from him.
Whilst we've been watching that, Tim went P3, but of course not far enough ahead. So I think it's fair to say that Tim needs to set another lap that is competitive to get ahead, as outlaps for Buller and White Claw going out the pit lane. So those could be interesting to watch. Let's see. White Claw, about almost halfway around the lap. Oh no, not half. I'd say the hairpin's probably the halfway point, because Sector 1 is so high speed.
Yeah,
and Sector 2.
I know, it's really tricky sometimes on the straights to see if he's the first one or the second one, so... Yeah, now he's pretty much half through. But let's see. Who's doing their laps right now? Not a lot of people are. Oh, that's a bit of blocking.
Who's that for?
Not good. Tim has been blocked, but I think he's on an in lap. But someone really parked the bus on the... Oh.
Tim, a tenth and a half up.
There was a purple last sector on my screen for someone. I don't know what that's all about. I think the game is a bit glitchy right now, but we'll go with it.
Quickly check comments very quickly. The Guy, Sharp and Thomas are just having a chat about the straight. They're just having a chat about how long the straight is.
If you told some Instagram bots about that straight, they'd be pretty impressed. So.
Okay, let's try and figure out exactly where the half as Forever Sin
retires
in the pit lane. That's the best they can do.
As Whiteclaw is improving by 4/10 after Sector 1, this is looking really
Either
good
watch
for
Whiteclaw and
him.
try and figure out where the halfway point of the lap is. As Trigger has given up his session now.
Let's see Whiteclaw. This is looking really good for him.
It's about 55 seconds around halfway, maybe 54. And actually it's much further down, it's much higher up the straight than we expected. So yeah, the halfway point is about halfway down that straight. Shocker.
Well, anyway, halfway point or not, let's see what he can do.
Yes.
It's looking really tasty for him. I can already tell it's a good lap. Hasn't made any mistakes, 7/10 up, and he still has the last sector to gain all the time.
And this is surely a sector where you gain a lot on the softer tyres.
Oh, of course. And you can see him. He's really pushing. I think this will be the lap that counts for him. Running really close here, not getting an invalidation, and through the last two corners. Finally really committed. Runs close to the wall. And going for the last corner, what will this lap be?
It is...
It's a 48.0.
Whoa.
That's a really
quick.
good lap.
That's quick. Next big contender as Tim, Bed, Pitts, Bullet in the final sector now through the S's. Let's see, another big contender for this pole position. What can they do? Oh, they're a bit wide there. They've got another lap though. We've got one more lap for these drivers to set a quick one. But of course, with a bit more tyre wear on that lap. The optimal lap is your first
he's
lap.
also really committed for those last corners, but I wonder if those mistakes or little imperfection will come back to him.
And it's P2 by 10th and a half. Oh, it's close.
Close between them. It's looking really good for the race.
Very good. Let's see if either of them can
But
improve.
then so it goes.
Whiteclaw will not improve.
His lap time.
Let's see.
And
I'm
so
going
it
to keep
goes
an eye on Bullet.
invalidated.
Ooh. Strange.
So he may only get one lap at the end. That's not what the championship leader is looking for.
Of course. I'm going to keep an eye on Buller, see if he's improving, and they're not. They're 2/10 down. So I'm going to head over and see if there's anyone else on track. Max
Just watch and so it goes, and I'll tell you if anyone else is improving.
Okay, let's watch and so it goes through the first sector. They are currently 1.6 seconds off pole position. Let's see if how much they can close that gap down by. I think it's fair to say that Antoicos is quick enough to definitely close that gap down quite a bit.
That should happen.
Let's see. Through the first sector, only a 700ths up. So I'm going to assume that they've made a mistake in either the second or third sector.
That's not what he's looking for at all.
I'm guessing that they'd already set a first sector on these softs.
So it doesn't look like, I don't know about, speed is only improving by 1/10, so that's really, really not.
It really isn't looking good for
Looking too good for
Antoicos.
him.
Unless they absolutely nailed their first sector on the medium tyres. In that case, then maybe their sector 1 is quite a good one, but let's see as we sort of head towards the sector 2 split on the just down the straight from the hairpin. Try to look for the sector 2 split, and so it goes. Is 5 up on their lap time. That will put them around P6.
It's looking like with the improvement in the last sector, he should be around P4, but
P6
not
I'd say
quite
with
at the
5
top.
tenths at the moment, but if they get another 3 tenths, that will put them around P5, P4. So yeah. I'll check comments again after this session has finished.
Bunnies goes into P6.
Good lap there. Getting up. Strong qualifying lap there. And so it goes across the line. P4, you were right. P4. Very close with Travis in. Should be a very good race. Is there anyone left on track? I cannot see anyone.
I don't believe there is. I don't think there is.
I'll use this opportunity to check the comments. And we're going to head down. Down. Reese is in the chat. Okay, just discussing the qualifying and the sprint race there in the chat there. Reese not happy with a P11 on the grid, which I think he's got the right.
It's really weird how this qualifying session goes. in 2020. I don't remember in the last games in 2020 in online. You're pretty much guaranteed to wait until the timer runs out.
It never used to be like this. It's because, like, the occasional car, when it pits, it won't actually...
Yeah, it's not retired.
I'm
It's
surprised
not.
that Speedy Carrots' car has crashed on down the straight.
I don't know what that's all about, but his tires looks to be a bit,
Missing.
yeah.
Well, let's see if anyone
Gone
else that's
for a bit
crashed.
of a walk, a bit of bird watching in Vietnam. Who knows? Maybe they have nice birds there.
I mean, you never
We
know.
don't know. I haven't been there personally, so it may be a
No,
really
neither
beautiful
have
country.
I. That is the session over.
Team, Bunnies and Trigger, Spin and Win, and the Norwegian boy with not that good of a qualifying. He will surely be looking to improve that. Riceman and Shadowhunter, TM Ducky, Jofi, and Speedy Carrots rounds out the grid.
Yeah. Close qualifying. But well, I say close qualifying. The top 5 were covered by 6 temps, and then it's a second to P6. It seems like there's sort of two fields here. We've got sort of Class A and Class B. But I'm gonna guess that a lot of the drivers in that sort of Class B made mistakes on their lap, because I can say for certain from watching previous Torpedo League F2 races, there's no gap in the field.
Yeah, there is not a big gap. I mean, you can also see that in Torpedo League F1. I think the races have been really close there as well.
Yeah, it's rare you see
the...
domination. Not since Season 2.
Bring back Leon. Anyway.
No, please don't.
Yes, please do.
Let's see as we prepare to go to the grid. White Claw, I believe that's his second pole in a row now, so White Claw definitely staking their claim as a strong candidate in this season. They're 150 something point. No, I think they might be 174 points off the championship lead at the moment. I feel like that number's in my head.
That's too much.
Yeah, I think they're out of the fight.
They're mathematically out of the fight, but
I don't think so. No. Well, we're only halfway through the season.
Well, not, but realistically.
Yeah, realistically, they're not going to win the championship.
So
and we
let's
always
see.
get a couple drivers that forget what a formation lap is and just go immediately.
I really hope that there will be no heroes into turn 1. I mean, if they are heroes and they actually make it work, then sure. But I don't want to see a crash into turn 1. That would be horrible. Although saying that, it's pretty much a guaranteed.
Yeah.
The layout of Vietnam, of the streets of Hanoi, really require a lot of precision, especially going for moves. It's so twisty, even in the straight you can get cut off.
So,
as the drivers are...
Who's your favourite for the win?
Yeah, I have to say either Buller or White Claw, although, I mean, anyone in the top 4 could win it in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say top 5, just max, he always has strong races.
Well then, top 5 it shall be.
ART got both cars in the top 5,
It's really consistent as well. Forever Sin, we've seen him have some great pace earlier. Buller, I mean, he was so fast on time trial. It's a shame he couldn't take this with him into the qualifying, but who knows, maybe we'll see it in the race.
Yeah.
And Whitelaw, he just looked really set to take pole from the start to the finish. As they seem to be going really fast for a formation lap, at least that's how it looks to me.
Yeah, it does look a bit quick. For some reason, Forever Sin is leading the formation lap.
I mean, nobody's doing the Kyle right now. Yeah, no, nobody's staying behind, so that's good. We don't have to wait even more. Can't wait for the racing to get on the way. It will be really interesting to see.
Go on board here with Speedy Carrots, just watch the field head towards the grid as they start to back up a bit into the final corner. As now, the front runners start to line up on the grid. Go through those that have already lined up on the grid.
As
The
everyone
final car
is...
is in place. As we now wait for the lights. I personally cannot see them. I can hear them though.
Yeah, you can. As the lights are out. Oh, as Riceman gets an instant drive through.
Vietnam. We are racing in Vietnam. Riceman on the
Oh,
start there. White
That's
Claw.
a great start for him, so it goes.
Buller up the inside of White Claw.
Oh, there's contact.
Wheel to wheel for the lead of the race. Through turn 2 here. I don't really know the corner numbers
Surely
or names. White Claw goes very deep. White Claw very deep. They're going to have to miss the corner there. And Buller surely will take the lead of the race. White Claw, as so it goes.
And Forever Sin is looking up his inside here. Let's see if he can pull it off.
White Claw has messed up this start big time here.
Terrible start for him.
Got a good launch off the line, just messed it up in the a bit of a corner cut there.
Oh, as we have.
Messed it up in the turn 3.
As Tim goes for a crazy dive. Oh, that was a really nice overtake, but they're going side by side right now. What's happening? Trigger. What happened to him?
Trigger must have some damage. Yep, he's got half a wing.
Yeah.
Look at all the leaves
Really
lying around. Got one trident at the front, one trident at the back. Ferguson and White Claw still wheel to wheel, heading towards the hairpin.
Oh my god, the drivers at the back, 3 wide. That's not ending well, I'm calling this.
As the dams are side by side into the hairpin. And somehow...
As it has been relatively clean.
Yeah, it's all clean. Oh, Norwegian boy getting a bit loose there.
Wait. Yeah, what happened? As the racing at the back of the grid is
the Campos nearly collide.
Camposes.
Ducky up the inside. Oh, Ducky gets very loose there. Trigger is keeping up with half a wing. That just shows how tough this racing is. Sort of becoming a big pack here from the Norwegian boy downwards. Norwegian boy does have a lot of missing front wing.
Flying there.
Norwegian boy has a lot of wing damage. This could cause some carnage. They've really rejoined the track dangerously there. Multiple cars in the pit lane. They all have to pit again.
Norwegian boy and Riceman pit. Trigger as well.
So now, your order after lap 1 is Buller getting 1 place off the start, and so it goes gaining 2. Ferris in holding position. White, as we now have the glitch, so ignore this for now, guys. We've got the typical glitch on the time screen.
This game, man.
Yeah, let's just watch the racing for a bit. I'll turn off the UI for a second. You can keep the telemetry up because that is correct. Oh, there's a crash further down the order there. And that is between one of the MPE cars there. I believe that is Ducky, who has collided with, I think, perhaps Speedy Carrots. Or Jofi, I'm not quite sure. Trigger is still leading the race, apparently, according to the game. Hopefully that'll fix itself.
Yeah, we hope. We can only hope.
Yeah.
As Riceman overtakes Ducky. Oh, Ducky really proving that he's in the Ragunathan car. Really almost sideways from there. As I think he's in the Ragunathan car, I'm not sure.
I think Tim might be in the Ragunathan car, actually. Why else would you go in the MP? But now we're starting to fix out the order here. I'll have a look at tyres, what everyone's gone for here. And it is soft for most of the field, but we've got a few on the mediums.
Bunny's and Shadow Hunter, also the Norwegian boy, but he's really far back right now.
And they've already pitted, so...
Also, Trigger is somehow 2 minutes behind on my screen, so I think that's a bit...
yeah,
a bit inaccurate.
They're about 10 seconds behind, I think, the car in front of them. Maybe less, maybe more like 7 or 8. Buller, fast lap of the day. Well, of the race.
He really looks strong right now.
Battling over back White Claw and Ferguson towards turn 1. White Claw on the inside, Ferguson sweeping around the outside. And White Claw unable to pull it off. Could that give Tim a chance? And Tim is, yes, in the Ragnarok car. I've just had a look.
What will he do? He goes for a wide line. He's trying to get the best exit to put him in a great position for the straight. Let's see. DRS is open. Can he gain anything? He is gaining. Will he go for the move? I think he will. Ooh, down the inside.
Oh, and Ferguson just holds on to it.
This has been brilliant racing. Love to
As
see it.
that is Max going up the inside of Tim in the background there. Pretty nice move, to be fair. But Tim's going to get him back on the exit, I'm fairly sure. White Claw losing quite a bit of time to Forever Sin.
And this is only helping the first in front.
Yeah. All this is helping Buller. See, battling between Tim and Max behind White Claw.
Down the inside. Let's see. Surely he has the better line and will squeeze him onto the curb, yeah. Can he get him back? No, he can't. As Shadowhunter overtakes Bunnies.
Ooh, wheel to wheel here.
Ooh.
On the same strategy, these two, so this is
Legit
crucial
for
battle.
position.
Yeah, this will be a battle for the lead at one point in this race, because when everyone else pits and these two do not, this will become the battle for the lead of the race.
I mean, Bunny sure knows a thing or two about leading the race on strategy. Throwback to Torpedo League Season 2 at Canada.
Yeah. That was an interesting strategy from Bunnies there, to just not bother pitting.
Well, he was in the lead of his home race in F1.
Yeah.
It was a master show.
course.
Always spin and win pits. I don't know what that's all about.
Must have damage of some kind. Let's see if they change the wing. They are indeed changing the wing on the number 5 Dam's car. And so it's sort of managing that gap to Buller at the moment, not really catching much, if anything dropping back slightly. Just keeping within sort of visible distance.
But White Claw, he really looks like he's not necessarily being massively held up, but it looks like he could have the pace to chase the front two.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, really squiggly through the exit here. Gets on the power pretty well, but I don't think he'll be close enough for a move here.
White Claw seems to be struggling a bit in the race. Perhaps pushed their tyres a bit too much in the early stages, or have destroyed their rears. Just doesn't look like they're quite. They look like they've got the pace advantage,
As
but just not enough.
is really close to Max right now. Where will he go, inside, outside? He stays behind for now.
Go to the
no,
inside,
he
though.
goes for it.
Or
That's
sends
really
it.
late.
And that's Max going a bit wide there. And it's going to lose the position, not quite.
Tim
And
has
yes,
it right now.
Tim
And surely he has it. For this
Yep.
lap at least.
gets P5. Oh, but no, maybe not. Oh, I thought for a second there Max was going to have a look at the move.
That's pretty crazy to go for a move here.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like going
not
for a
looking
move into
forward to
Maggots
seeing
and
anyone
Beckett's.
try that.
As all, he's going for it.
No, no.
not quite.
Surely he cannot pull it there.
But could this perhaps
He's lucky that
impede
Tim
Tim
didn't
enough?
just turn in. Let's
He's going
see.
to go for it into turn 1. aren't we?
DRS. Surely he will go for it. Really close. Down the inside. Let's see. As that's a pretty clean pass from him. However, saying that, dimmed. Let's see. As I may have made a mistake, I think Tim may be in the winning car. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, I can
he's
see
7,
the Indian
yeah.
flag. Yeah, and it's the number 17.
So I sure hope he will not pull off the tricks that guy has showed us in F2
Yeah.
in the
Three
last
carrots
season.
pits.
Oh yes. He was on the. He went on the mediums. It will be doable to take them to the end, but surely it will not be ideal.
I don't know.
White Claw is still close to Forever Sin, but
Doesn't
just
look
can
quite
get
close
close
enough.
enough to pass him.
It's got about 9-10 miles per hour more on the straight as they get to the end of it, but just not able to use it because of just not having the speed in the corners at the moment. Just getting that dirty air and it's holding them up a lot. Max
As
and Tim.
Tim overtakes Max.
Yeah, their battling seems to be going on every lap of this race. I honestly can't tell who is quicker.
I think when they're behind, they just turn up the heat.
Ooh, Max nearly hit the wall there.
It was really close, way too close for comfort. As they really seem to be taking similar lines and seem to be very similar on pace, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
They do look
As
very
White Claw
close.
Forever Sin, the gap was That was not ideal.
Was that
White
debris
Claw
that
hit
I've
the
just
wall.
seen on the side of the track? Who is that?
Does White Claw have damage? He hit the wall
Yes,
with
they do. They're missing their left end plate. They've done that
Yes,
in
they
the
do that. Oh
final
no.
corner. Saw the pieces of debris just off to the right.
As sure. Oh, he will have to do an entire lap like this, and surely he will pit at the end of this lap and go into the medium tires.
It must have been getting quite close to the crossover period now. The medium tyre runners, Bunny's down to P7. Will they catch up to Max this lap? That'd be interesting if they do start to catch up. That may suggest that the tyres have transitioned over, as that is Jofi into the pit lane. Max is on the back. Oh, Max spins. Max spins.
That curve, you
let's
don't
hope that
want
he
to take
can't.
that curve.
Let's hope that he doesn't block impede anyone. Okay, the track is clear after the dam, so it should all be good.
This is really looking. So unfortunate for him.
Yeah, that was a great battle they had going on there.
That curve is so deadly if you accelerate on it. There's so many incidents like that.
Yeah,
really unfortunate.
Lead. White Claw
is looking really close, but again, not quite close enough for a move.
Yeah, surprising that with the damage they're actually keeping up at sort of same pace. I imagine through here that's going to really hurt.
Yeah, but he will have to do some time in the pit stops. Certainly he will.
And
Vietnamese is not catching Tim.
White Claw pits and does not speed. That is good to see.
Will he change the wing though?
Let's have a look, shall we?
Surely he will, but let's hope the game hasn't done him dirty. We've seen that happen a few times. Do they have a front wing for him?
They do.
Yes, they do.
Wonder where they'll come out now. That's surely White Claw's chance of the win completely gone now. Podium looks even out of reach. So, top three. So look at my prediction for the top three is definitely this top three. Because I don't think Tim quite has the pace.
It's not looking like it will change, sadly.
I think the only chance is the alternative
really
strategy.
Stable.
Yeah, the only chance is the alternative strategy.
To be fair, Bunnies is decently close to them. Let's say that.
It depends if there's like a late safety car or something to put the alternative strategy sort of as the stronger strategy. Because just on raw pace,
he's still only 1.2 behind Tim. Then surely on the soft tires he will be way faster. So yeah, maybe at least we will see a change there.
But it looks like the tyre wearer sort of switched now, and the medium tyres are catching up to the MP Motorsport car.
Oh yeah, certainly. By this point, the softs will be really degrading. Really degrading.
Definitely looks like this is a lap you want to pit onto the medium tyres if you start on the softs. Let's see what they start to do. Buller.
I don't think the undercut is powerful enough to guarantee a switch in place, but who knows, maybe they'll get close.
And Buller does not speed, crucially. And so it goes pits and doesn't speed. Throws in, pits.
Conservative here. Everyone
and does not speed. Tim pits.
Tim goes for Tim.
And barely does not speed.
On.
And Bunnies now will take the lead of the race. Bunnies and Shadowhunter were battling earlier on, and Shadowhunter has got damage to both end plates, which is why they are now almost 10 seconds behind. Bunnies to the lead of the race. Where did White Claw come out? White Claw came out behind Riceman, who is now pitted. So now we'll see where White Claw comes out compared to the rest of the front runners. I think it's going to be behind them all. I think it's going to be well behind Tim.
Yeah, certainly.
The one thing I question about the Vietnam track is I feel like it's going to be a very dangerous track in real life. Because there's many parts of this track that I really worry about. Yeah, because the drivers come out of that full speed. If I watched him here, he's coming out at almost 100 miles per hour. Whereas the cars on track are nowhere near that. So if they had a collision there, that would be an airborne collision.
Let's hope we don't get to experiment that.
Let's hope.
It's really not been that well thought out, let's say. As Shadowhunter really wait and see.
White Claw now in a net P5, I think. But if Bunnies can stretch out a big enough gap, then maybe
Codemasters is so annoying. Yeah, my game glitched again. On my screen, Riceman is leading the race.
Luckily,
Great
I do not
job.
have that glitch. Luckily.
It's back to normal.
Shadowhunter. Within DRS of and so it goes, but does not go for it. Missing both hand plates, just not worth the battle. Let's see, what will they do? Just gonna sit behind, looks like.
What will the medium runners do? Will Bunnies and maybe even Shadowhunter, will they try to stretch it for safety car? Because it really isn't looking like incidents. As I say this, Max goes side by side with Speedy Carrots, as that looks like a pretty comfortable move. As it is.
Max, too late. Oh, but Max is wide.
He gets him back,
Speedy gets him back there.
That was good racing. Let's stay by
Max sends it.
Oh no, that's a dive bomb.
And put Speedy so close to the ball.
That was not ideal.
As a questionable move, but it looked fairly aggressive.
We'll move
but
with it.
Fair enough, yeah. Shadowhunter pits very early to the soft, so his tire's going to be dead at the end of this race.
I don't know who's the race director for F2, but I'm sure they will have a bit of work to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, remember, we've got the sprint wet race in the wet, so anyone can win that.
Oh no, not that. I'm a bit concerned about that race, but the racing has been surprisingly clean so far.
Yeah.
It's actually been really good.
The racing here is cleaner than what I would expect. I think it's because these F2 cars are just that little bit thinner than the F1 cars, so they find it that much easier to go wheel to wheel through here. Because if we see when the F1 cars go wheel to wheel into the hairpin, on the exit they're going to be rubbing wheels to try and not force the other car off the track.
Yeah,
because
it's really
the F1 cars are so wide.
Let's see, Shadowhunter, did he change his front wing? I cannot quite say that. As the game is glitching again, because yeah, they did certainly. As they will surely get the campus, maybe not on this rate, but soon enough they should be making their way into some good
Bunny's
points.
pits towards the end of lap 9 now. Where will Bunnies come out? I'm predicting P8, P7 actually. P7 is my prediction, just behind Spin and Win.
To be fair, Shadowhunter may get well in the points, or who knows, maybe at least get all for the sprint race. And considering it will be wet, we all know how good not being in the middle of the pack can be for you. Maybe it's all part of the great Dams master plan.
I was wrong with where Bunny's going to come out. Bunny's going to come out in P6. Perhaps even fighting for P5, because they're going to come out through this high-speed pit exit, and we're going to see the exact scenario that
that's
what
you wanted to say.
You see the speed difference. That's what I mean. If White Claw had been a tenth further back, that would have been an almighty collision. But yeah.
And at the same time, you cannot pass the white line, and you know the drivers won't be looking in the mirrors to see.
Yeah. In the practice
but
race I've done, an AI came out
from
of
the
pit
outside.
lane.
No.
Oh, as Trigger's retired in the pit lane.
What happened?
He's retired in the pits.
That makes sense
Shame.
for
Second race in a
car.
row, I think he's done that now. He doesn't have... Oh, Bunny's dealing spins!
Bunnies.
Cold tyres
really
right
good.
here. As the Norwegian boy retires as well.
What happened to him?
In the pit lane. Just giving up. Now that puts Ducky.
I really
in last
recommend
place.
people, if you, I mean, they'll probably not be listening to this, but even if you're in last place, never give up. You don't know when a safety car can come out.
That's very true. Annoyingly, the AI cars around Vietnam are coming back out the pit lane, which is an issue we get at some tracks with the shorter pit lanes. So now we know that Vietnam, I must say, has a very short pit lane from what I can see. Because it cuts the final 2 corners.
I mean, they
and then cuts the first 2 corners.
As
so...
Max goes for a move down the inside of Joffrey.
And he gets a penalty.
He gets a 3rd second. Yeah, he had to cut a corner not to get... I mean, I don't think he got squeezed, but he just left a lot of space for the other guy. Not ideal for him. As Codemasters in their infinite wisdom have the AI cars going on the track for
they're going to park it
good reason.
at that corner there. So with ghosting
I
off,
mean,
there's going to be a car going slowly down that entire
I mean
straight.
that's a bit off
Trigger's
topic,
car's
but
going around the corner.
oh, as White Claw gets a 3 second. I mean that's a bit off topic, but we've seen in the Torpedo League F1 races how the AI cars can change a lot. In Zandvoort, I mean I was in the lead there and I lost 5 seconds, so yeah, with Miguel and stuff.
I think it was Jeeves retire on track in front of me, and then someone hit them, and then Manu hit them, and I was right behind Manu.
Yeah, no, for me it was, I can't remember. I think Miguel's AI just parked it at the audience. But anyway, we're moving away from the topic. Bunny is still not making his way past White Claw, which is really surprising to me.
Yeah, that is surprising. But DRS maybe. They look close enough, for sure.
It will need to be a bit of a dive. A bit.
I think they have the tyres for it, to be honest. But Bunny's does not. Wow. Bunny's must be running a really lot. They caught like a tenth or two down that entire straight. Bunny's must be using so much downforce. I'm really shocked by it. They caught like 3 tenths at most down that straight. And that straight, if you're in the DRS, you should be catching 6 tenths, I'd guess at.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he turned the engine down and wants to attack on the next lap.
Well, there isn't engine mode, so...
Oh.
Yeah. You don't know your F2 cars, do you?
I forgot.
Yeah, I think Bunny's just sitting behind at the moment. Just
just getting used to the F1 cars, like, oh yeah, he's saving, there is no ERS, just saving, there is no fuel.
Well, so this is actually the battle of the Canadians we're witnessing here. White Claw and Bunny's 2 Canadians.
Let's see who the best Canadian driver in Torpedo is. I mean, we've seen a lot of debate about the best British driver. Let's see the Canadian driver.
There's no debate over who the best British driver is. Actually, no, there is. I'd say it's between Kyle and Q-Tip. That's my opinion.
Anyway.
Yeah. If Q-Tip didn't have issues, you never know. But we don't care about the best British driver at the moment. We care about the best Canadian driver.
Of course. But he's not going for it, Bunnies. It's really weird. I would expected him to really go for the move to try and get him as well. Who knows, maybe even for Everson for the late podium, but he really seems to be going conservative, and that's not really helping him.
I said this before, and Vietnam is a shockingly hard track to overtake at, in my opinion. Because you have this massive straight. But the gap was 7 tenths as they came onto the straight, and Bunnies is going to bring it down by 3.5 tenths. And then they get to the braking zone, it's already back up to 7 tenths, or down to 5 tenths actually.
You know, at the same time, it's really weird because, I don't know, some drivers just can't drive in dirty air, and we've seen that plenty of times.
Oh, mistake from White Claw. That has just opened up the opportunity.
Surely this will put Bunnies up his back, maybe going for a move.
The dirty air through here.
It's really bad. It's shockingly bad. And this is F2, you know. F2 should have not
F2
such...
has so much less dirty air than F1 cars. Still has a lot of dirty air, but much less than F1 cars.
Yeah, prediction for tomorrow, soft hard will win the race.
Yeah, you won't be able to overtake. Just end of. Tyre wear will be the only chance to overtake. But we're seeing fresh softs compared... That's the fast lap of the race from Bunnies. And they still can't get past. Bunnies is the fastest car on track and can't get past White Claw. DRS open for Bunnies. Much closer this lap, I feel. So could this be the lap?
Yeah, me too. I don't think he'll go for it here. However...
Last lap out of this corner, as Speedy retired in the pit lane, out of this corner, the gap was 7 tenths. This lap, out of this corner, the gap is 4 tenths. Last time, Bunnies gained 3.5 tenths down the straight. This time, 3.5 tenths would put them within half a tenth of White Claw.
Let's see. Surely he will go for it now. This is the left.
To the outside, to the inside, and already passed before the braking zone. How it changes just like that. Just from one lap not being able to do it, to the next lap being passed before the braking zone. It's insane. As Ducky with a penalty. But a very quiet race up front, I must say. Buller just keeping sort of a fairly, just maybe
Really not
gaining
what to
a couple
expect
hundredths a
from.
lap.
Really not what you were expecting from it.
If Whiteclaw hadn't had that bad start, I definitely don't think we would be saying quiet race up front. But there's about, what, a 3/10 gap between these two in qualifying, Buller and so it goes, so... I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that they haven't quite been challenging each other. And you got Freversin, 7 seconds off the car in front of him. Tim's done a pretty solid drive.
I'm really surprised, but Whiteclaw is actually looking very close to Bunny's.
I think they're both catching the cars in front of them.
Oh, he runs into the back. Does he have damage? Does he have damage? No, he doesn't.
Oh, Bunny's wide! Bunny's very wide, there's no grip out there.
No, there's no gap there. That was really wise of him to back out.
So, best Canadian in the league at the moment is Bunny's. But if you actually look at the standings, it is definitely Bunny's. But Whiteclaw has shown strong pace. Just in this race has not been his race. Here's an interesting question. Through that corner we just went through, do you prefer a sort of a very wide line through there or a tighter line through there?
What a race. It's really looks like an endurance race, especially for an F2.
Whiteclaw very late on the brakes, and hits Bunnies!
Oh no, yeah, this was inevitable. As he gets back away,
do they have damage?
Surely.
No, they don't.
He doesn't have damage.
How strong is his wing? Is that like made of steel or something?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Is it titanium? Anyway, moving on.
I mean, that's one physic in the game.
Same time, see, that's the difference between their driving styles. Bunny's really waited for the moment and stuff.
Whereas Whiteclaw just thought, I break now, others will just spin.
Yeah, Whiteclaw, I don't care if you're breaking early, mate. I'm doing my stuff. I'm getting past you. It didn't work for him, so
yeah.
We'll see who ends up better in the long run, but I don't know. I'm a fan of aggressive driving, so I hope it's not too aggressive.
Yeah. Whiteclaw really starting to struggle on these tyres. I'd say Vietnam is one of the most... As Bunny goes wide again and gets the penalty. Let's actually check penalties, shall we? Buller with 1 warning. And so it goes with 2 warnings. Ferguson with no warnings. Tim with 1 warning. Bunnies with 1 penalty. Whiteclaw with 1 penalty. Then 1 penalty for spin and win.
Oh,
and
Bunny's the
no
wall a bit there.
And Riceman obviously got that drive-through penalty. Riceman's actually had a great race. I just realised. Riceman jumped the start. And has had a great race. So currently in reverse grid pole is Riceman, but the battle is going to be between Riceman and Shadowhunter. But Shadowhunter's tire is going to be dead. As Whiteclaw, wheel to wheel there with Bunnies into the hairpin. This lap, they don't collide. Or do they? As Bunny goes all over the curb there. Oh, drifting it. That curb will lift an F2 car into the air. That's why you saw Bunnies lose control there.
Even with F1 cars, you really don't want to touch that.
Yeah, like, I can vouch from when I used to racing F2. Like, the curbs that you take in an F1 car, you cannot take in an F2 car. Because, like, around Bahrain, a track where a lot of corners you do like to take a lot of curb. Like, there's so many curves that you can't take because it just lifts up the F2 car and sends it straight on. That's if you ever see an F2 car taking sort of much wider lines than an F1 car, that's why.
I have.
Because they don't have the ride height for it. But Whiteclaw now saying, no, Bunnies, I am the quickest Canadian. So, the battle is on.
As I said, aggressivity.
Yeah.
You love to see it, at least.
Both of these drivers had a penalty. So, fair racing between the two of them. Bunnies looks like they've just killed off their tyres, though. As we are actually on the final lap. Something that's sort of gone very quietly past us. Buller's really pushing these final few laps here. Getting the gap up massively. To 3.5 seconds now. Buller putting in a great drive. When Buller wins, it never seems to be a close race. If there's a close race, Buller won't win it. But if Buller has the pace, what is happening? Buller, why is he going so good? And so it goes, that's why broken wing for Anto it goes. I was questioning why it's gone from about 2 seconds, because yeah, Ferrison's catching up. But Ferrison and Timbed, wheel to wheel, towards the hairpin for the podium position. Good job I was looking at these two then. Ferrison very deep.
Oh, really good switchback.
And the podium goes to Timbed. Can Ferrison fight it back? I doubt it. That's Bunny's around. Bunny's has spun. It was that collision with Whiteclaw. Whiteclaw is slowing down to let Bunny's back through, I think.
I missed that. I didn't see that.
Collision. Yeah, there's been a collision there. And it must have been Whiteclaw's fault because Whiteclaw's let Bunny's back through.
Really unfortunate. These guys could have been battling for P3, you know?
They could have been. But Buller dominates. Round 9 feature race here in Vietnam. Wins by almost
really
6.5 seconds. Tim, P3. Great there from Tim. Ferrison, P4. Bunnies is the quickest Canadian today, despite many times contact. P5 for Bunnies. P6 for Whiteclaw. P7. That's going to go to Spin and Win. P8. Will it go to Riceman? Let's see who will get reverse grid pole. Riceman. Reverse grid pole, unless Shadow Hunter gets him. No. So it's reverse grid pole for Riceman.
Really surprising that Shadow Hunter didn't get him. He was on soft tires.
Yeah.
Perhaps the softs weren't that much faster.
Yeah, the softs just they seem to die very quickly, from my view. I'll quickly check comments whilst Ducky drags his car to the finish. Oh. And so the drama, and so it goes, had to coast for fuel. Their fuel went negative. We've seen this on last year's game around some track, especially in the wet we saw it. Okay, so let's have a look. So let's see. Speedy keeps getting pinched into the wall. Speedy needs a pen. Clint saying he's not very happy. And then Antoko's complaining about the fuel. We have seen fuel. I don't understand the fuel in F2. Because some drivers, and I don't know whether it's driver or car, because I just don't understand it. Because I've never had issue with the fuel in an F2 car. I don't know. I don't see how driving style can make that much of a difference. Because I don't think I have a unique driving style. There's nothing I do that I don't see. Like, I do what's natural to me. I'm not doing something to save fuel, but I'd always finish the race with a lot of extra fuel. Whereas then other drivers would actually have to, like, I think Bunny's Canada last season actually slowed down so that I would lap them. I'm sure there was some. It might have been a Gummy Gamer actually. But many times I've heard people complain about the fuel. But Bunnies does get fast lap in the end, so
really
12
doesn't
points
make
for Bunnies.
sense. Really doesn't make sense, but
F2 car should easily make the finish with fuel.
As a lot of people had 3-second penalties, which is not really to be expected in F2.
Yeah, Clint not happy with his feature race.
Understandably so, I mean.
Oh, we got a comment here. And yeah, IndyCar starting soon. Wait, Thomas, I thought the IndyCar was at 8 PM. Or is it 9? And I'll quickly check the F2 chat, see if anyone's saying anything in particular. And we see the rain falling in Vietnam.
I don't know if this is either a cracker that has amazing racing or it will be just carnage. And there's a 90% it will be carnage.
Yeah, I think it's guaranteed carnage. I don't think that's even a question. Yeah, I hope we don't see carnage as we prepare for the formation lap.
Well, at least I hope we can have a formation lap.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Eddie, would you like to run us through the grid for the formation lap? For the formation lap for the sprint race.
In reverse grid pole, we have Riceman, spin and win on the first row. Whiteclaw, who really looks like a favorite for this win, at least in my books. Bunnies, forever seen that Suprema's really close together. Dimmed, and so it goes, as half the grid is disqualified already. Lovely. Buller in P8. Shadowhunter just misses out on reverse grid pole. He will be pretty disappointed with that, I'm sure. Then we have Max in P10, Jofi, TM Ducky, Speedy Carrots, the Norwegian boy, and Krieger runs up the grid.
I'm watching the formation lap from some onboards, and this track looks treacherous. It looks like there's no grip at all out there.
It looks pretty horrible. It really looks horrible.
I would not want to be driving in these conditions. I'm not a fan of the wet in F2 cars. I was on last year's game, not this year's game. Yeah. Riceman leaving the field away at the moment.
It's pretty bad for F2 cars if it's not wet,
yeah,
and if it's not dry.
Mm.
You really see the lack.
I quite like those sort of middle conditions where it's not wet enough for wets, but not dry, but sort of dry, but so not dry enough for dries. I love those conditions. I don't know why. I love sort of catching the slides.
Yeah, until you hit the wall, then you don't
until you hit the wall. That's why I like tracks with long run-off areas. Actually, whilst we're going through this S section now, I will point out another factor of this track which I find very dangerous. Think about the speed that F1 cars take through here. What happens if they get a snap of oversteer?
The wall is really there.
And
I know.
And it's concrete. It's just straight up. Look, if you have a snap oversteer through here, you're going, what, 100 miles per hour at least?
I'll be honest with you, what they are doing basically with this track is, I mean, they're not, let's be honest, they are not here because they made this brilliant circuit. I mean, personally, I really like racing around this circuit. I don't think it's the best circuit in the world, but oh my god, Shadowhunter, that was a moment. They are here, they improvise.
They've definitely gone, we want to race in Vietnam, oh wait, but where? And they've just gone, here's some roads, let's put it here. Because I like some of the factors of this circuit. Personally, I don't enjoy driving those sort of strange hairpin corners that aren't proper. They look like mushrooms. I don't really like driving those corners, but they are very definitely a unique thing to have. And I like that they're going with something like that. But the S section at the end of the lap, I don't like that, to be honest. Now, I like driving it, but I don't like the idea of it. As we go to the race start, lights are coming on. And we are racing in Vietnam. Riceman, does he get a good start or does he not? As we have a timing tower glitch, so ignore the top left. Spin and win, going for the lead of the race into turn one. They're wheel to wheel, just like spin and win spins. Spin. And gets pushed around by one of the Pramas. I believe that's Forever Sin.
That was contact.
That's Forever Sin's off and wide. Or wheel to wheel between the Pramas. That's a you and I virtuosi around in the midfield.
Oh no.
Or Speedy Carrots.
Oh no. It's in the wall, the Pramas in the wall, Bunnies hit the wall.
Forever Sin battling with Whiteclaw. Battling further down the order here. Safety car. We needed that. We definitely needed that.
5-second penalties for a lot of people for penalties for safety car collisions, I suppose.
What's that virtuosi that's going so slowly? They've just caused mayhem behind them.
Jofi is doing some U-turns on the straight, so that's always interesting.
I don't quite know what's happened here. Look at the gap between Timbed and the rest of the pack.
I mean, it's a Campos 1-2 on my screen.
It's Ducky. Ducky, and look at the gap between Ducky and the rest of the pack on the minimap.
Makes no sense, to be honest. I don't know how they got here, but...
Oh, that's
intriguing.
Are
they following the Delta? Because it really doesn't seem like it. Is it a safety car or is it not? Surely it is, because people are...
It's definitely a safety car, because look how slow they're going.
It looks really weird, let's say that.
And then watch the front of the pack. And then so it goes really backing them up through the S section here. You do not want to do that because it's mostly blind. A crash in
a
that
really
S section
risky
in
job.
an actual F1 race would cause utter carnage. Because the car would bounce
I
straight
mean,
back onto the line because of how tight the track is.
probably, or into the wall, even better.
A wet race around here would be like an Interlagos 2016.
As they are going side by side during the safety car for no reason at all around the
Hold on,
S's,
guys.
that
Hold on.
you love to see it.
As drivers pitting, I'm guessing they're not pitting to dries.
Ducky. I bet Ducky will be hitting to change his wing.
Most likely. Trigger up to P10. 5 places they've gained. Position change, yeah, and so it goes. Okay, it's broken again. Great, love to see it. Just like look.
This game.
Just try and find us something to look at whilst we're on the safety car. If the game decides, nah, not gonna let you. I'll read comments in case there is any. So if you've got a comment, now's a good time. Thomas screaming at me to put telemetry on. But that was 3 minutes ago, before I'd put telemetry on. It is now on. It was on before the race start. How is the viewers doing? Feel free to give us a message. As we get a message here. Carrot is being smashed into. What's your PSN? Spag1313. Well, like, who are you? Is my question.
Is he a driver?
Are you a driver? Do you know a driver? Or are you just a viewer that doesn't really like Carrot? Or is saying that Carrot was smashed into? I'm not quite sure. I'm not.
Jackson,
Could
you're
you
a
repeat
little
them?
over the place, not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Let's see what's
And
going
I'm
on.
sorry if both of us sound tired, but yeah, it's not ideal conditions.
Now we can have a look at position change. So it's 5 places gained, 4, and so it goes. And I believe that has the equal most positions gained with Trigger. Most position lost is Spin and Win, who went from 2nd on the grid to 14th. Yeah, Riceman, could they get their first ever Torpedo League F2 win?
Who knows? Who knows?
I believe their best result was P2 in the Monaco Sprint race of Season 2, in which their teammate...
I mean, for me, and so it goes, really looks like the favorite after gaining 5 positions. But at the same time, White Claw.
Yeah, but these wet conditions, they change everything.
That is true.
That's it. I just, for the sake of it, that's fastest lap is currently with Trigger. Doesn't mean anything, but there you go. What else? We'll look at the stops. 5 drivers have stopped. Ducky, Speedy, the Norwegian boy, Spin and Win, and Jofi. Everyone is shockingly on the wet tyres. So yeah, that's all the information I can give you. Hopefully the safety car is in this lap, so that it gives us some action to talk about.
Well, if they could, if Jofi catches up to the train by the start of the S section, I'm sure it will be.
Actually, let's go on board with Jofi, just get an idea for these conditions as they nearly hit the wall. Now down to this corner here, this little chicane. Tricky corner in the dry, I dread to feel what it's like in the wet. Oh, it's so slow. 29 miles per hour I saw at one point there. That is very slow. And only now at 100 miles per hour. 150. Let's see what's the top speed of an F2 car at Vietnam in the wet. Just, let's see what it is, shall we? Predictions?
I don't know, but for me it says it's... Actually, I won't spoil it for you, but...
It was 190 for me.
Miles
Safety car in
per
this
hour?
lap. Yeah, miles per hour.
Oh yeah, we have different...
Yeah, I wish we used kilometers per hour in the UK, but I use miles per hour on the games because that's what it is in real life. I don't want to get confused. I'm easily confused. About 70
Yeah, I
miles
can
per hour,
see that.
65 miles per hour, 66, 67, 69, 69, 62, 64. I'm not going to continue to commentate the miles per hour that Riceman is doing. I'm sure as now he's gone below 60 now.
Surprised you're not getting your tongue twisted with all those numbers. That's
Nope,
really good.
it's only with simple English language. I can do complicated stuff, just not simple things. As Riceman accelerates through the penultimate corner now, and so it goes, will want to try and hunt him down. Through the final corner they go.
Pretty close.
Will they all survive? Let's be honest, it's probably a no. Is it me or does that Marshall look very close to the cars? But Riceman
He was.
does lead the way.
It's not looking like an easy race for him at all.
No. Antoko's going to be all over him.
Oh.
This is what I mean.
Oh,
Antoko's so wide. Antoko's does not look quick at this stage. Antoko's another mistake. White Claw's going to surely be on the back of Antoko's now into the chicane.
Let's see.
But if overtaking was hard in the dry, imagine what it's going to be like in the wet.
It will be easier because people will just spin in front of you.
That's true. It's true. Oh, Antoko's caught a lot through the chicane actually, and Riceman struggling.
As people, oh my god, Ducky, that was an interesting moment for you.
See what's going back here. He's got wheel to wheel through. As that's
Trigger,
spinner.
oh no.
It's Max.
That's Max.
And he's been hit.
Contact. Oh, not again.
But back at the
I don't know
lead.
what that was all about.
Will we have any battling into the hairpin? Will anyone send it?
Pretty
And so it goes
close,
Mike.
He will not go for it.
Looks like they may have like
doesn't.
oh, Riceman goes wide.
Oh, switchback.
On the
Maybe.
curb. Oh, I thought that curb may have impeded
really.
Riceman's exit, but it does not look to have done so.
Really.
The top five, so close to each other. Oh, contact! Was that contact there? Or am I seeing things?
It looked like that to me, at least.
Yeah, I sort of, you just see that the white nose touch the back of Riceman there. But no damage for anyone at the front, at least. Did you say bunnies might have had some damage at the start? Yes, they do, missing the right end plate. So bunnies will be surely the oh, that's a brave move from Forever Sin up the inside of White Claw. Wow, that's an outstanding move from White Claw. As Riceman pits. Riceman pits.
Please. Why? Does he have damage? Did he have damage?
He's going to dries.
Look, I'm not questioning the great Campus master plan, but it is looking
Okay,
interesting.
the track is wet, right?
Is he trolling?
Has he just
Because
thrown away a race
It's a
win?
bit. It's surely it isn't
The
dry
rain
enough.
the rain has stopped. Don't get me wrong, the rain has stopped, but it does not look like dry tyre conditions. I'm going
And then
board
he
just
comes
to see.
ahead in, and then he. Oh, actually, you know, some people are Max also, but Max was forced to come in, to be fair to him. But
It
let's
doesn't
watch
look
the
like dry
gaps.
tyres.
Oh, it doesn't really look like wet cider, so I don't know what to say. Maybe it's all
Riceman is
part of
currently
the
losing
great
time.
Campbell master plan.
It's in the transition
Forever
period.
Sin is leading the race.
Ferguson did look very quick. He made the move on White Claw into the final corner. White Claw now losing places. I've been watching Riceman, but I've been watching this insane battle for the front. Forever Sin. Will they finally win a race? Oh, what's happened there? Sorry about that, guys.
And so it goes. Will he?
Send
will
it.
he go down the inside? Certainly he will. He's alongside. He breaks late.
Forever Sin
And
very
this
deep.
looks like a move.
But Forever Sin on the exit, perhaps Bunnies in the fight here with damage to their wing. Riceman's losing a ton of time
Damage.
to their teammate.
It's Riceman. Let's watch Riceman for a
The
second.
battle in the
Is he-
midfield here.
Oh, no.
Contact!
Oh, that's really
That's
close.
Shadowhunter
way
wide.
too
Oh, it's
close.
free wide.
no,
That was massive
yeah.
crash. That was
Yeah,
never going to end
Torpedo
well.
car.
That was
Yeah,
bullet
that's what they're going to
bullet in the middle of free
That's-
wide. That was never going to work out.
Oh
And
my god,
yellow
no,
flags.
no. Oh, what a train, what a train. Oh my god, this is not looking good for
Oh,
them.
bullet hit up the rear there by one of the MPs. That is Ducky. Ducky then almost got hit by White Claw. White Claw's had a terrible few corners here. No damage from what I can see.
Oh.
As they head into the
my god,
corner.
this is... They're literally playing Connect 4 on that circuit.
Oh, this is amazing. As that is Riceman's teammate who pits, I believe now. As White Claw at a
Where
Panther
is
collision.
Riseman? Is he? Yeah, he. I think blundered.
Is it
I
wheel to
think he
wheel
has
between
done a
Timbed
Jackson
and
at
Shadowhunter?
Mexico.
Or has he trusted
Oh,
Jeff?
oh my
Bullet
god,
to the
people are
inside!
really...
Oh, that's drifting on the
I
outside. There
cannot
is
even tell what's
Timbed.
happening there. I cannot even tell you who's going for what
Ducky
moves.
gets the
It's
position there
crazy.
as Max is at the hairpin for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. There's a battle for the lead, but I don't know if I want to watch it because it's so close further back. I think we should watch the battle for the lead here.
No, it's nothing. They're not doing much. I'll tell you if they do.
Okay, you keep me updated on the lead. I'll focus on this absolutely insane group of four. Safety car. Max has.
Oh.
He's deliberately crashed.
Wait.
He's been going straight on for about 5 corners now. Surely everyone will now put onto the dries.
Yeah. Riceman has just been fucked.
Yeah.
Sorry for the bad language.
It is fine because that is exactly what he has been. Well,
I
think
Clint told me to keep it PG, so I don't know.
Yeah, Clint does like it PG, but then swears. So, yeah, it's fine. It's a one-off, you know. It's okay. Yeah, will many drivers put onto the dries? It's really touch and go, really, because you could put onto the dries, but then it not quite be dry enough when the safety car comes in, and then lose a ton of time.
Even if they lose some time, I think it's like, remember Canada Season 2, it's basically that, but it's reversed.
Let's see.
It's not going from wets to dries, it's dries to wets. Actually, yeah.
So it goes.
I think everyone will go in.
Will they
but
pit?
Wait, will they get held up?
And so it goes pits. First in pits. Bunnies pits. Shadowhunter pits. Buller pits. Tim has passed Ducky on the pit entry there. Speedy Carrots pits. Flying into the pit lane. That'll be lucky then at speed they do.
No. I'm seeing.
As the Norwegian boy pits.
As
White Claw
continues, confusingly enough for me, he continues. So I don't know what that's all about.
Riceman... Spinning when they have carried on. I missed that. Riceman, obviously on the dry tyres
there
already.
Is one more lap of racing only, then perhaps... I don't know.
That is true.
Looks really dry. Way too dry. Will he get held up?
Some drivers are on softs. Surely softs are the much better option here. It's whether you've got fresh softs or not. I don't think anyone will have a completely fresh soft tyres.
Let's see the tyres for everyone.
I think softs, even if you did warn to softs from qualifying, surely can do 4 laps still.
Shadowhunter is the only guy on softs besides... Oh wait, the Norwegian boy is also on softs.
Riceman's down in P8. Oh, from lead of the race to P8. That's gotta hurt. Spin and win out on the wet tyres. Spin and win doing a bunnies here, just ignoring everyone else and going, you know what, I want to lead the race.
Well, there was a reason I mentioned Canada Season 2 earlier in the broadcast. You see, it's the
This isn't Spin and Win's home race, as far as I'm aware, though.
Who knows? Maybe they'll get
as apparently safety car's got green lights on it, which is incorrect. Are you seeing that as well on your screen? If you go on board with Spin and Win? And now go back to yellow. That's good. That's good. Good to see.
Really confusing.
As Bonnie's are spun under safety car.
As Bunnies has now showcased his Roman Grosjean skills.
Yes. Amazing.
Simply
And that's another
lovely.
spin of Ducky spun under safety car. So to be fair, this track looks very close to being wet still.
To the Grosjean Grand Prix.
Yeah, I can't blame Bunnies for spinning under safety car. It looks like everyone is struggling.
Yeah, but you know, you don't have to push so hard to push. Anyway, mistakes happen. I've done stupider stuff in the past, so I'm not there to...
I sped into the pit lane in China. That's the stupid thing I did.
We don't talk about that one.
Speedy, way off the leaders at the moment. It will definitely be dry, because look, you can barely see the racing line at this stage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch curves.
It's dry. It's dry.
Unless, as you said earlier, unless there's like 1 lap of racing, Spin and Win is sort of, not in a great position. Although, Spin and Win does win this race, they will have spun and won. Just putting it out there, because they spun to turn 1. Oh no, was it a Shadowhunter? No, well, shut down to start P9, so yeah, it was spin and win. Come on, spin and win. Win this race. Spin it and then win it. Come on.
If that happens, I'm honestly, I'll be mortified. That will actually be glorious. It's the Great Dam's master plan. Well, unless the safety car is glitched and it stays out for like...
Fuel looks like an issue for more than one driver. Speedy Carrot is currently yellow for fuel. And so is Jofi.
This is really weird if you ask me.
Yeah.
Makes no sense, but... I mean, it's under safety car, isn't it? So they should be saving fuel right now.
Yeah, you'd think so.
As Bunny's pits for, I guess, softs.
Yeah, and a new wing. Will they even catch up to the safety car?
I think... Oh wait, you know, hypothetically, if he takes really a lot of time, it may just make the safety car stay out for that bit longer, and who knows, maybe spin and win can spin and win.
I like to be unbiased, but I am backing spin and win to spin and win.
Everyone is backing spin and win now. I can't see the comments, but I'm sure there.
I would like to see the comments. Spins. Everyone should be chanting spin and win in the comments. I would like to see everyone chanting spin and win. I can. Oh, Manu's here. Manu, just saying, when I'm looking at comments, they won't be able to hear you. Just heads up. So what I'm hearing... Apparently Speedy was punted. Manu says hello. Kyle says hello. Manu also says, Eddie, you sound bored. And now, Eddie, you can reply again now.
Oh, well, Manu, you see...
Spin and win pits.
I'm just tired. I'm sorry, I'm just tired.
Spin and win has just thrown away the spin and win. So if you had started chanting spin and win, you might as well stop. Because he is spin and pit.
Spin and pit, yeah, it's... Looking at Bunny's going... Surely he will be setting the fastest lap of the race, as he goes wide there.
Yeah.
That's really
interesting. Spin and win isn't going to come out in last place. That's the funny thing. It's going to come out in P12.
He will spin and get P12. I mean,
that's where they were before the first safety car, I think. Because they spun at the start and dropped P12. Max is in the comments saying hello.
Manis is really... I don't know if what's wrong with his rear end, but it's really moving up and down.
Like a roller coaster?
No, that's if it was side to side.
We're side to side, up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. Or is it side to side, up and down?
We all know. We all know.
All we know is it's from...
watching something... Well, this is something really interesting I'm watching right now. Bunny's trying to make his way to as he goes wide. I don't know, is he trying to save fuel maybe? By the way, does anyone have fuel issues?
I'll check.
Speedy, yeah,
Speedy Carrots.
Speedy. Again, it makes no sense, but they do them.
There's a Speedy Carrots fan in the comments.
Oh, the Speedy Carrots fanboy.
Yeah.
Or fandom.
It's Spag1313.
Well,
safety car in this lap.
That you're reporting your friend. Well, let's see. This surely will be a very interesting result.
For the championship, Bunny's going to lose a lot of points here.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is true. And so it goes. He's just doing what Enzo does.
Yeah, just always at the front, no matter what. Whether it's a feature race or a sprint race, they are there. As we prepare to resume racing. I'm going to keep my telemetry up for Anso it goes so I can see. Oh! It's been spun! Anso it goes has been spun!
What has been that? How's that happened, man? Oh,
so Speedy now controls the field.
I have successfully jinxed and so it goes. Spin and win gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with trigger. That's interesting. Oh my god, this is a mess. This is a mess. Oh no, the dam's squeezing the MP.
Shadow Hunter, getting pushed out of the corner. Bullet's in a great position now here. I won the. Oh, that's 3 wide. That's not gonna work.
Oh no!
Oh yes,
yeah,
Primo.
no.
Who I can't tell which Primo that is. I think that's Forever Sin. Yeah, obviously because Bunnies is down the order. But yeah, Forever Sin. Good job backing out of that one. That was the smart decision. Buller up to
As
P3.
Bunny still hasn't passed yet. He just passed back now.
Buller has a
What
pack of clubs
happened?
in Sector 1.
And so it goes. That's so unfortunate for him.
Oh, I don't understand what's happened there. Buller! Oh, Buller drifted it through there!
Oh,
That was
forever
close.
since. Oh my God, he's pushed by Riceman. Oh my God, that was.
It's carnage in the background, surely, as Ducky leaves the session.
As we have a 4.
Look, it's a freeway. It's a 4-way battle to lead the race.
You just
Buller
cannot tell. You
going
just
to the
cannot tell who's
outside
fighting who.
into the hair. Is that almost? Oh, it's now spinning. Shadowhunter goes for the outside into the hairpin.
3 wide, 4 wide. What you? 3 wide, 4 wide. We got them all for you. Oh my God, look at them.
Oh, it's like NASCAR racing on the exit
contact.
here. It's like oval racing.
It's amazing to be honest.
Oh, crash! Shadowhunter's been spun! And they're straight on there. Buller with a penalty. Buller takes the lead. Buller's crash! Massive crash! Huge crash. That's going to cause. That's going to take out most of the pack here. That's going to take out most of the pack.
This is fantastic. This is fantastic.
Oh, we're still crashing behind. That's into the air. Speedy. Buller's down to P10. Speedy with no wing. What a hell.
Oh my God, forever.
Leads the Grand Prix.
He has just been gifted the win.
Why is it when anything happens,
Championship fight time.
Yeah, exactly. The championship battle. Oh, and he's got a massive lead.
So if
They're
someone is
battling
the
into the final
championship,
corner. They're battling into the final corner.
It's crazy. It's amazing. I'm sorry to my neighbors, but it's fucking amazing.
Once again, I will say, we are finding this amazing. The drivers will be infuriated with this. When it's a great race for a commentator,
we are commentators.
Yeah, it's a great race for a commentator, but a terrible race for a driver. It always is that way. I said that
such
about Mexico.
It's been such a dull race.
Spin and wins in P4.
Spin and win.
I don't believe this.
I can't believe. Guys, please crash and let's spin and win, spin and win.
Oh, spin and win spins!
Oh, no.
There's another massive crash down a straight!
That's spins and
that's the car in the air! That's how it goes in the air! That's how it goes! Is it inside?
Do you see that?
Tim bed! That's how it goes, staying on the corner with Buller on the inside, Buller with half a wing, hits him! There's another crash! And that's how it goes, in the wall!
He's gone.
Another crash! Oh my! What is this? That's another crash!
Oh my... I don't know what to say about this.
Spin and win is out of the race. That's into the wall. Shadowhunter.
Shadowhunter.
White Claw up into Peter. And so it retires.
Oh,
what is happening?
Oh my goodness.
Anyone who has missed this race is an idiot. Anyone who's gone to watch the IndyCar, I'm sorry, but you have missed an absolute belter. Now I'm going to read the chat off this and feel bad for enjoying this.
Oh my God! I don't feel bad for enjoying this. This is just amazing.
I'm sorry that you guys are hating this race, but I am adoring it.
Forever Sin has finessed his way to the win.
Where did he finish in the feature race?
P5.
Where did Forever Sin win in the finish?
P3, I think, or something.
So that's 30 points, and so it goes is 18.
I'm not sure. I may be talking bullshit. I don't know if he was P3 or not.
As Forever Sin wins the sprint race in Vietnam. White Claw,
oh
P2.
My goodness.
It's the Norwegian boy P3. The Norwegian boy's P3 to get a podium. The Norwegian boy gets a podium. Shadowhunter P4 without a wing. Ah, that's Jofi P5. Riceman P6. Tim P7. Buller P8.
Oh my God.
Trigger crashes it across the line. Trigger's out. Bunnies will get him. Bunnies will get P9.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say about this. I honestly don't know what to say about this. Like, look, I'm sorry, but this has been Demolition Derby.
That race has been insane.
This has honestly been insane.
As Forever Sin, I don't like in Mexico. The carnage happens, and Forever Sin wins.
It just meant to be. Just meant to be.
Truly is. Let's have a look at the comments. Kyle saying, what the hell was that? And how has Scott done that then? And you saying, well, you know what you
Do
said.
not. Who do we have to invite for the part? So yeah,
let's have
for
a look.
Everson, yeah, he was in before in the feature
Everson,
race.
Bullet, and Whiteclaw for the party. So hopefully they're appearing online to make it much easier for me. Actually, I'll just go through here. Luckily, I think I have them all as friends. Yeah, that's my point. Is no matter what Antoic goes, always scores well. In the championship fight
Oh my
with
goodness.
Forever Sin, they have lost 9 points.
I'll be having a sleep after this one. This has been amazing.
Oh,
To watch.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, no insult to the drivers or anything.
Yeah, I would have
at all,
hated
but
to drive in that
was
race.
Symbolic.
Hi everyone.
What? Wow, hello.
Wow.
Hello.
Todd, how have you finessed your way to P1 there?
I want to say, before I say anything else, I want to say I did not deserve that win. That was, and so it goes, completely. From my point of view, he got spun out by somebody.
Yeah, who was that?
And
Does anyone know?
Honestly,
it looked like Speedy Carrots. From my point of view, I'm not like saying it was definitely him, but yeah, I did not deserve that win. And
you may want to forgive us, the commentators, for enjoying it, and not even realizing what the hell happened. But it was,
we absolutely adored that race.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that I got the win, but I don't think I deserved the win.
I don't think I
don't worry, Scott.
P2
Once again,
either.
you've still only pulled 9 points over Antoic. So Antoic retires from the second race, still only loses 9 points to you.
He didn't retire, he got taken out, sounds like.
Did he?
So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I did. I think he may have retired on track, but it didn't.
I think
at least they won something on track.
Is Buller in the party yet? No.
I don't know if Buller will be
and
joining.
Clint, I think Buller and Clint did a double on him. Buller broke his wing and then Clint just took him out.
What?
Yeah.
Buller and Clint collided.
No, Buller and Clint, like Buller broke Voder's front wing, and so it goes.
There was contact with both of them.
And then Trigger made more contact with Ansokos, and that was Ansokos.
That race, it seemed like people in that second race, they saw a gap and did not think twice.
No,
I'm
they just.
I'm going to send a clip of the accident because it happened right in front of me.
And they were careful in the wet, you know. That's why I don't understand. They were very careful in the wet.
The actual initial race start, we only had a couple spinners, which, considering that track was really wet, that was actually quite good.
The whole race actually was really clean. I was quite surprised. It's only.
I know it was, but it was just ridiculous. Like David, sent one down my inside, spun me. I got a 5-second penalty for it in the feature race, and then in the sprint race, David at the hairpin does his big dive bomb. You know,
I don't know what that was, but to be honest, to you guys,
I'd like to congratulate Scott on getting his first win, not through penalties. It may not have been a deserved win, but it wasn't through penalties.
It was through an unfair advantage, I guess.
But that's the thing, you have to make the most of it.
I know, but again, and I'm happy that I'm close in the championship. I was saying throughout, being in the party, I was saying that championship's over basically, because when we went into pit in the sprint race, we double stacked. That was the plan. We were just like, they'll be good. Unfortunately, both the MPs in front of us were double stacking as well, so we got held up there. And then, unfortunately, I think Adrian had a few problems with his pedals. Apparently, he lost his brakes, so he had to pit again. He managed to get 9th place, but I think that's only because Trigger crashed at the last corner.
I got so lucky. My pit box was right behind the Premas, and they were getting held up, but I had a 5-second penalty to serve because of David completely ramming into me. I served the 5-second penalty, and then Adrian goes in right as I go out, so it's actually really good timing. Which, thank God.
Oh, it was a mess. It was a mess.
I've only really got one question, because we've already discussed. I don't think Buller's going to join. I don't blame him after that race, because it didn't look like he had a good one.
Horrible.
But Scott, we sort of had a brief talk with you about your win. I've only got one more question, unless Eddie has some, and that's to Whiteclaw. What happened to you in the feature race? Because you got pole, and then just sort of faded. What happened?
Well, off the start, Buller got a better start than me. And then what happened was I got hit in the rear on the braking zone of the whole round turn on the braking zone, I got hit in the rear, and I had to completely like go over, like the curb of the turn afterwards, and I didn't get a penalty because I slowed down a ton, but I just lost a bunch of ground, and then like I just kept going backwards, and then I got some damage after hitting the last corner, so it's just too many mistakes I made.
How about you guys? Just a quick sort of, Eddie, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I want to ask Whitelaw, what happened with Bunnies at the end of the feature race? Because
Oh yeah, so he doesn't use racing line, and his breaking point was a lot earlier than mine was, and so I kind of tapped him in the rear, but then on the next lap he came down my inside and pushed me wide, and I couldn't have gone any wider or else I would have hit the wall. So we made contact, similar to the contact that like Hamilton and Albon made in Austria. Like my front wheel was like in front of his rear wheel, and like we just kind of tapped, and he spun, and he was getting mad at me because we were in a party together, right? And I didn't really think I could really do much because he kind of went for an audacious dive bomb, and he was lucky I left him as much space as I did, but I still gave him the position back because I felt bad for him. So I gave him the position back.
Really. Yeah, no, sorry. No.
Okay, so plus he was gonna get the position on me whether he finished behind me or not because I got a penalty. I had a 3-second penalty.
You both had penalties, yeah?
Oh yeah, we did, but he got his like at the very end. But
okay.
Anyway, yeah, but it was just kind of all over the place, and it was such a chaotic race for everyone that like, especially me for sure, because I just got swallowed by the pack there. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll just see a race for the best Canadian driver, the battle of the Canadians, dude.
Yeah.
You watched that
right
on stream, I'm making a big deal about it, I did.
Is it Canada the next race?
Yes, I believe it is.
Oh god, I'll do so bad. I guarantee you, right now I'm gonna qualify P20, DNF. That's...
We won't have 20 drivers. Aha.
Yeah.
I'll find a way.
Maybe
I'll find a way.
tease being an F2 driver and then spectate halfway.
Oh no, that was not my idea. That was
that was really funny.
I've been demoted to F2.
Yeah. Just to try and make Torpedo League a bit. For the first, we're fed up with having dominating champions in Torpedo League, so we're just putting them all in F2 now.
Yeah, that was just that race. I can't get over that. Like my phone is literally exploding. If I didn't have the banter chat on mute, my phone would like vibrate itself off my desk.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm sure the banter chat won't be that banter nowadays. I'm sure it will be people trying to
It's just gonna be like people
over.
just yelling and yelling at each other.
It will make no sense. Oh
Yeah,
no, you should have seen. I don't know. I don't think you've been around for Torpedo League F2 season 1 and 2. It's been we've seen plenty of those, unfortunately. Not so cool.
That's it for this week's stream. Congratulations to Freverson and to Whitelaw. Whether it was deserved or not, you both the top 2 of the weekend, so congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope you somewhat enjoyed the races. Next race, I believe, is Canada. So, and also, next race, it will be the 50th F2 race in history. So, Thomas and Kyle will be doing throwback commentary, so I will not be your commentator next week. So, Thomas and Kyle will be your commentators for the race next week, just like they were in Season 2 and for a couple of races in Season 1. Tomorrow is Torpedo League F1 around Vietnam, so feel free to watch that, where Freverson, Scott, and Clint will be, and otherwise Trigger, will be commentating that. So until then,